Alright, so today I'm going to do a little tour of my boxes that I use at the collision center that I work at. So this over here is my main box that holds all my stuff, all my crap. This over here was overflow that's now basically a fucking coffee station because they got rid of our coffee station. This is like personal stuff. I guess I'll just get into it. This is where I keep personal stuff. This drawer is like just crap sockets that I don't ever touch anymore from when I first started. So these are just old blocks and emergency stuff that I don't really use. Personal shit that I keep. And then paperwork, soap, catalogs, just personal stuff. And then top drawer is all my power tools, my pneumatic sanders, heat gun, big light, hood prop, cheater pipe basically, snap-on drill, cordless ratchet, cordless screwdriver, polisher, sander. A lot of people don't like that. I really like it. Some more snap-on sanders, an air cap, Dynabraid, a pinstripe removal tool, a Max sander that goes on a vacuum. I thought this would be really cool because it like bends. This thing fucking sucks. Do not buy that. A jump box, air tire pressure fucking thing. That's the top drawer, just like go-to big stuff. This is my socket and my wrench drawer with some extensions. I'm not a fucking mechanic, so I don't have a whole plethora of shit, but I do have some crow's feet, metric crow's feet from Icon. These are pretty good. Some Matco flex head ratcheting wrenches. This is basically a build my own set. I got shit like snap-on 8mm, 10mm, Matco 13, 14, and 15 double boxing ratchet. Almost said flex head. Another boxing ratchet, 16 from Snap-on. Regular 17, 18, and 19 combination wrenches that I painted. I still use. Are pretty cool. Snap-on 21mm. And then some, I don't know what the brand is on these. It just says chrome vanadium on them, but it's got the different sizes on them. Double boxing. I got this for Christmas. Some fucking monkey wrenches, whatever, adjustable, whatever you want to call them. Some fucking extensions, 1/4-inch wobbles and regulars, 3/8 wobbles, regulars, 1/2-inch wobbles and regulars, and a quick connect. This is a gear wrench O2 socket sensor set. This thing was like 30 or 40 bucks. It's the shit. This thing is the bomb. Fucking calm. Matco spark plug socket set. It's got fucking every goddamn spark plug socket you can need, and lifetime warranty. I've never had a problem. Pittsburgh 3-inch extra deep snap-on FDX semi-shallows, pretty good. Some standard sockets that are 3/8 just for the oddball shit. Those are some Matco semi-deep 1/4-inch. Some snap-on shallow sockets, 1/4-inch. Then these are all Pittsburgh 1/2 inches on lock sockets. Got the deep and the shallow. I don't really need a whole lot of sockets. Like I said, I'm not a mechanic. It's just mainly for doing stuff here and at home. And here is my ratchet drawer that I just made my ratchet drawer with breaker bars, couple breaker bars. So pretty empty basically. Looks pretty small, but it's all good. It's got the 1/2-inch locking flex head gear wrench, 88 teeth. I love this thing. Pretty good. I got the Matco non-flex head 1/2-inch ratchet just for breaking shit off, but I end up getting this afterwards and I don't even use that now. That's still a pretty good ratchet. Gear wrench flex head 120 tooth. Fucking great ratchet. Love that. Probably my favorite ratchet is the Snap-on 3/8 lock and flex head with the, a lot of people don't like that for that reason, but it's all preference, I guess. pretty good little ratchet. Blue Point quick release ratchet. Snap-on 1/4 inch flex head, love it. Gear wrench 1/4 inch flex head, also love, but I love that more. Mac 1/4 inch ratchet. Easy brand, which I believe is a Matco rebrand. It's got a 1/4 inch locking flex head and then a locking flex head on the bit driver, and it's reversible. Fucking love that thing for tight spots. And going down a drawer, I have my plier drawer, which used to have other shit in it, but it's kind of emptied out. So I got just shit from when I did AC works, like tie strap stuff, staple gun, PVC cutter, sheet metal cutter, this fucking weird little tool for, I forget what the hell it is, some shit on Hondas, old dikes and shit that I don't use. Plier rag is basically all my go-to stuff. Fucking love this thing. This is the best goddamn pliers I think I've ever bought. I mean, you can grab bolts, you can get in weird little spots with this thing, this is a fucking awesome plier. It's made in China, and Matco wanted to go ahead and put their emblem on some Chinese shit, but I fucking love these pliers. I don't really give a fuck, honestly. Pittsburgh long nose, bent nose, needle nose crap, some no brand channel locks and pliers, some wire strippers, tiny little needle nose, some Blue Point dikes, and just fucking regular pliers. These are all my actual go-tos. Fucking Knipex Cobras, probably one of the single best fucking pliers they make. I love these things. Got the quick release on it. Pretty awesome pliers. And I got the Snap-on set, some needle nose and dikes and just regular grabbing pliers. I don't really remember what the name for those are, but then I got some cheap vice grips for Pittsburgh. They're good enough for holding quarter panels on and anything like that. Going down is my spray. This is the money drawer. I got my old 3M fucking AccuSpray gun. That thing was a piece of shit, but it worked good while it did last. That's what I use for sealer right now. This was my first sealer gun I ever bought, and I have not had to buy a new one because this thing just keeps chugging. It could be a little lighter. It's pretty light now. The main thing that a lot of people don't like, and I don't necessarily like, is it's a little bulky in the hand. But this thing hammers it on and it gets the job done, so I fucking love it. It's the FLG4. It's waterborne compliant. Has to be, because our paint that we use here is Spies Hecker waterborne. And then that's for sealer. For my base coat, I have the Techno Pro Light, rocking the TE10 cap and a 1.2 fluid tip. This thing is a monster in itself as well. Love it. And then I use the same gun basically for clear, except this one has a TE20 cap and a 1.3 for clear. So if you know anything about painting, you have your own preferences, but that's what I like. These are just quick whips that I used to use. You can put the high end into your spray booth, and if you have a blower or just anything else that requires small flow, you can click that into it. I also have one that I was going to make into for out in the workshop doing stuff, but the fittings are not quite correct, so it's a work in progress. Some mixing sticks that I made because I'm a weirdo. Sealer, pretty cool, clear. I don't use these anymore. They kind of got useless. They don't really go in the cups, but just cool stuff to have, I guess. Touch-up paints, old AccuSpray tips. Like I said, I don't really use it anymore. Blower gun, in case I need to flash stuff. Extra fittings, brushes, tips, quick connect stuff, like what that is, but I don't really use these as much. Blender cans, Chromax clear in a can for emergency shit, like on rear bodies or tie rod stuff, just emergency stuff. Great brand. Extra tack rags for when I'm running out in the booth. This is actually where I keep all my spray outs for every color I have ever done so far. Pretty thick. And oh shit, my the guy I work with that's teaching me, he has a cabinet that he uses, but I figured I might as well use the couple $1,000 toolbox. Down here is cases and just other stuff I didn't want to put anywhere else. These are suspension spring, basically clamps, or spring compressors is the actual name. Not very well spoken. This is a Ford timing tool, because I am a Ford freak and old Fords suck when it comes to shit like that. Crappy Pittsburgh 1/4 inch torque wrench gets the job done just for shit like that. That requires basically a couple inches of pounds if you want to be precise. This never gets used. This is a complete piece of junk. The only reason I keep it is because I spent the money on it, so I do not have the balls to just chunk it. This right here is a beast. This is the Matco 1/2 inch motherfucking torque wrench. Let me bust this open. I love this fucking thing. I've seen a lot of people that have it, but it's got the flex head. I think it's got like 88 tooth or 90 teeth in it. Goes up to 50 to 250 foot-pounds. I keep that marked on there so I don't have to keep fucking looking. But I don't use it as much as I'd like to, but I have it. When you need it, you have it. Husky bits. I actually bought, this is another one of those things that I bought when I first started out and actually just kind of never upgraded because I had never lost one and I have never stripped one out. Even a T40 that is used quite often here. If I could get it to focus. It's not gonna focus. But even the T40 bit is good. All the locking ones, T45s, none of them have stripped yet. This is probably the only one that's actually starting to look like it could be a problem. But it's one bit. I also have another 45, so that'll be all right. Good stuff, good stuff. Pittsburgh AC manifold gauge set for charging up ACs on my own cars, my friends, family, yada yada. Power Proc Easy Red. It's probably a fucking lifesaver. DeWalt drill bits. A Mac quick release set, which I have lost almost everything in here. I still got a lot of the Torx in there. I have an extra one of these Husky bits, quick release stuff. You know what the fuck goes in there, but it doesn't get used too much. Ignition coil tester. As you can see, I've never used it yet, but 20 bucks. Had to have it. Impulse buy. Smart clamps to a jump box that is a fucking piece of shit. Smart clamps still work, but it went to a Matco Versa Pro 2. I threw it away because that thing was the epitome of a waste of fucking money. Never buy a Matco jump box. In here is just basically crap. It's dirty fucking jackets and sweats for getting up under shit I need to wash. The old bypass for my blow off on my truck. Car parts and extra shit. I use this for a funnel, funny enough. Extra cases, fishing shit. This is basically a junk drawer. Moving up to here. This is just screwdrivers, blades, little screwdrivers, hex keys, magnets. This is just hand stuff that I don't use. I mean, this doesn't get used for a fucking screwdriver. Sorry to the people who think that's wrong, but you know what? It is what it is. I got one fucking Phillips. Always laugh at that. I don't know where the hell they all went. A million other fucking flatheads, one Phillips. In here is the pry bars now. They were with pliers and other stuff, but I have moved all my blocks out of here, my sanding blocks, and put in pry bars. Got some Craftsman, and then the Mac Tools pry bar. I use this more than anything, just because it's, I don't know, preference. In here are trim tools and just shit for getting weird shit done. Mainly it's a trim tool set, but I have found many of uses for these things outside of trim tools. Little pry bars, just little, I mean, anything you want to use them for, and you never know what size you'll need, so that's why I got all of them. I can't even think of all the different shit that I've done this on. I've held shit open, held shit closed, popped shit off on. Just useful stuff to have. And here's my hammer drawer and my spot weld breaker for popping spot welds. Dollies, I mean, for doing body work hammers, regular hammers for just striking shit because I don't have a ball peen yet. And I picked up a Snap-on 100th anniversary dead blow fucking mallet. This thing is a fucking beast. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I mean, when I do suspension and shit like that, I mean, that's the go-to thing. It ain't even fucking dirty yet. I don't know how. High-vis yellow, but cool. And then here's just extension cords, extra work hoses, batteries for trolling motors that I keep wrapped up so dust doesn't fuck them up. Do a lot of fishing. A little fridge, some fans, speaker on a table, another fan. And then this is the satellite, what I like to call it. Grab all the shit I need from Big Box and put it over on the satellite and work my way around the shop. So hopping into here, I got just a couple blocks to just grab. Those are basically the only ones that I really need, even though I got a bajillion of them. Lacquer thinner and some rags, scuffing pads, different grits, sandpapers, a tennis ball, Scotch-Brites, reds and grays. You already know, some rags, guide coat, you know, just go-to stuff to get the job done. Up here, these are all my putties and where I did keep some glazes and stuff. More sandpapers, gloves, weird stuff that I didn't want to shove all up in there. More sanding blocks on top of all these fucking sanding blocks. Had to just basically divide out what I use and what I don't. In here is where I keep my polishing stuff, my mini polisher, some little mini pads for this little Aircat. I have the triangle head on it, but you can put other ones on. Comes in pretty handy. You know, more Allen keys, just adapters, shit like that. Another fucking magnet tray to keep some extra sockets on. I got some Blue Point sockets there, some more extensions. I keep this cheap ratchet on here that extends, not because this is my go-to ratchet, but because if anyone ever comes over here and thinks they're gonna use my shit and not give it back or lose it, this is shit that I do not care about losing. This is a $15 fucking Pittsburgh double end whatever fucking ratchet. If someone took this, I could probably give half of a fuck. And the fucks I give are minuscule at that. So just extra stuff. Funny story about this 13 Snap-on deep socket. A lot of these little weird ones like that and this 8mm, people have used cheap sockets and lost them. And I told them that, yo dog, that was my Snap-on socket. So when they go and buy me a new one, I got a nice little Snap-on socket. So I just throw stuff on there as I need it, wrenches, whatever, if I know I'm be doing doors and hoods and whatever. Some picks for doing plugs and shit, a vape, air blowers, this little Lego cop helping me make good decisions, you know. Make sure you do procedures. Blades, drill bits, shit like that. And then going down here, this is where I would put my sanders as I need them. Some compound tape, some vacuum stuff. This little Yoplait cup to put little screwdrivers and bolts in. Trash can, spray cans, paint, and then I have a little vacuum that I've rigged up for being dust free. And that's about it. I guess if I wanted to go through here, this is really just masks and extra cups and fans I don't use. Shit I do not use. More crap. This is my model car shit. Nothing, I believe. 1 cup. This is all the coffee shit. Nothing in that one, and then snacks and shit for the Keurig. Keyboard, extra hoods, and that is about it. So if you liked it, let me know. If you didn't, cool. If you want to see other stuff, or you want more detailed content on more of my tools, or you know, painting or prepping or shit to do with these fucking catalogs that keep stealing all my fucking money, So yeah, I guess just let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll see you later.